My least favorite place to be is sleeping, and yet I'm fascinated by quilts and sheets and linens. Why is that? You know, sometimes I really do think about running away and never coming back, like running off to Spain and being romantic and free, and then suddenly I'd run into my fourth grade teacher and she'd say, "Susie, I thought you'd turn out really fat." Be brave. Think positive thoughts. You just can't have a candle anymore just sit there. It's got to boss you around and tell you how to think. I don't know how I feel about that.
When you were born there was thunder, fire lit in the sky as to lead astray. Now heavy rain pours out of you and me. Come back, rain. Come and ease this obsession. Full force dispossess. Come and quiet this aggression. If we met in a year or two, would you set your eyes on me? Wear your heart on your sleeve, nothing in between. Oh, come back, caress. Come and ease this obsession. Full force dispossess. Come and quiet this aggression.
Hi everybody, I'm so happy to see you today. Thank you so much for coming back and seeing me and Desi. I hope you had a wonderful week. I had an insane, crazy, well, if it could go wrong, it did go wrong. So every coping skill I had, I took out for a spin, and okay, I even opened up a bottle of wine one night, but everything is fine. It's just part of life, you know, ups and downs. But I'm so happy to be here, and I'm so happy to be doing this video today because this is so much fun. This only comes once a year, and it is the Best in Beauty for 2018. And this is not a sponsored video. All this video is all the products that were either sent to me or I tried out or you recommended for me. All the makeup products are kind of judged, and I just let you know what I thought was the very best from the beginning to the end of putting on a beautiful face of makeup. Why, but in 2018 I had a lot of high-end companies send me their primers. Becca sent me a beautiful primer. It's a hydrating primer that's absolutely lovely, and Laura Mercier sent me her foundation primer, and this primer, I don't know, this will make your makeup last for, I don't know, 5 years. I mean, it's a nice primer, but none of them to me compared with the Blur primer from Hard Candy. And I picked this up for $7 at Walmart. I have 2 backups. This is the best primer I have ever used in my entire life. It has a consistency I've never seen before. It's like half milk, half Vaseline. I don't know how to describe it, but it doesn't feel like silicone. But once you have it on your face, you have a beautiful luminosity. But most importantly, it takes any foundation that you're going to put on top of it, and it prevents that foundation from finding any fine lines or pores. In 2018, I bought more high-end foundations than I ever had. And I really had high hopes for all of them, and I really bought into the mystique that perhaps if I spent $40, $50, $60 on a foundation, somehow it would be magical and I would look more flawless. But that turned out not to be the case. The one foundation that blew me away for 2018 was the CoverGirl one, the True Blend CoverGirl, and this was new for last year. I have it in 2 different shades, but this particular foundation, it it just wowed me. It wowed me in so many different categories.
Would you set your eyes on me? Wear your heart on your
Ease of which I could apply it in such a silky manner. It just looks so pretty on the skin. And the undertones were just so beautiful. And the coverage was wonderful. And the luminosity, even though it is supposed to be a matte finish, it just, the way that this is the one thing that sets it apart from all the other foundations, is the way the light hits your face once you are using this particular foundation. It's like no other. So it just blew my mind, this makeup. Under eye concealers, I use two. I love the Shape Tape. I've always had a love-hate relationship with it, but you know, less is more, but I do build it up twice. And then I always use my True Match foundation for brightness. I get this in light, and I just use a little bit. My favorite under eye setting powder is still banana powder. I love this. I can't tell you how much I love it. I have the Makeup Revolution product here. I know Ben Nye is also a company that puts out a great banana powder. But I love this. It never cracks. It never oxidizes on me. I just think this is so beautiful. Isn't that beautiful? My favorite bronzer of 2018 is the Becca Maui Nights. I use this as a bronzer or a blush, and I just love it. I don't think there's a better one out there on the market. My favorite contour is the stick that I get from NYX, where it has one side that is dark and one side that is more of a highlighter. NYX has a great bar like this. Also, I believe Wet n Wild has one too that is just as good. I think they're all about the same. It's what I enjoy because at this age, I'm not contouring except for my nose and underneath my jawline. I'm not contouring on my face anymore because my face is already getting gaunt. Well, not gaunt, but you know what I mean. You know, one of the reasons that I went to the stick contour is I didn't want any added texture from a contouring powder. And also, this is so blendable. And just the warmth of your fingers as you're kind of blending it out on, you know, the side of your nose or underneath your jaw. I just think this is a really nice way to go. My favorite brow tool is always changing. Every year I have a new winner. But this year I just love what I have been using, and this is my favorite. It has a wonderful sturdy side, you know, where you can paint your little hairs on, and you also can fill in your brows if you want to for very high definition. The other side is a very substantial little brush where you brush through your brows, only it's really good and it really holds on to every hair. It's very weighty, it's very substantial, and you won't believe it. This is by LA Colors, and it comes in all kinds of different shades. I get mine just in medium, and it just, like, the amount of color I get is basically from the pressure that I use. But I will link this below because I think this is the best brow tool, pencil, whatever you want to call it. This takes me, like, I can do both eyebrows in under a minute. Really? This is so cool. So I love this. My favorite eyeliner for 2018 is, again, the Define a Line by Maybelline. Maybelline and I just really get along when it comes to eyeshadows and eyeliners. But this is like a cross between a pencil eyeliner and a liquid eyeliner. And that's what I love so much because, you know, I was born with hooded eyes, and, you know, well, you know, now that I'm in my 60s, I don't have a lot of extra real estate to really be, you know, working with a liquid eyeliner. And when I do, it makes me look very, very harsh. So I've had to go to something like this, which kind of gives me, because there's a smudger on the end, so I can kind of get it to look like a gel eyeliner. I had so much fun with blush in 2018. I bought some high-end blushes. I bought the Flush blush that is absolutely beautiful, lasts forever, and it's a very unique color I've never seen before. I was gifted Rocketeur by someone that I love very much. Oh, the smell of Rocketeur is so good. But my favorites, even compared to the high-end blushes, were drugstore blushes, and they were oldies but goodies. Well, one was this CoverGirl Cheekers. Are you kidding? This is so pretty. I mean, and I was watching Emily Noel, and she was talking about how much she loved these too, but so much of it is the color. The color is so pretty and pink and rose, and it lasts forever, and there's a built-in highlight. Like, I don't use a highlight anymore at all because the highlight is built into this blush on the cheekers, and they have 3 or 4 different kinds of shades you can get, but this is my favorite. This is the one I use every single day because it gives me that rose color, because most drugstore blushes are in a peach tone, but this is rose, and that's what I love. I have green eyes, so I love that rose. I love that rose color. So I love the CoverGirl Cheekers. It was my favorite blush of the year. You know, as far as eyeshadow is concerned, you know, I like a nice natural look. I love a rose gold look. My all-time favorite palette will always be the Kat Von D Shade and Light. That has gotten me out of more jams. You know, it's all matte, but you know, it frankly, you know, it's pretty. It can be kind of boring at times. And in 2018, I became absolutely obsessed with that kind of rose gold look. And so I picked up the Maybelline Lemonade palette, and it took me a few months to start using it. I've almost hit pan on it. I use it so much. But can you believe a drugstore palette like this? And look at this. I have hit pan on these. But this shade here, it gives you such a cool pop of color on your lid. And it's so pretty. And the side colors, the transition colors, they're so subtle, and they're so pretty, and I think they're so classy. Anyway, I just fell in love with this palette. In the summertime, there's kind of a wild kind, it looks, you know, it's pretty highly pigmented, but it blends in so nicely. So I don't know, my favorite palette of 2018 was definitely the Maybelline Lemonade palette. And every time because I want to get a backup of it, and every time I go, it's sold out, which that's always such a good sign. For 2018, my favorite lip liner is Who Cares? I mean, they all seem exactly the same. I will buy one from any company. I always go to a burgundy wine color one, and I like them all. I sharpen them all. They all run out. You know, my favorite lip product for 2018, you know, that doesn't really move around a lot. I basically wear 4 lipsticks when I film videos, or 4 lipsticks, you know, just living life. I always use the 4 same shades that I love so much. This year I did add a beautiful lip color. I was sent some clearance lipsticks, and I fell in love with every shade that they sent me. And the one that I am wearing today is called Brilliant. It's from their Rouge collection. But the Clarins lipsticks are brand new to me, and they were absolutely one of the best brand new products of 2018 that I got to use. So I love Clarins lipstick. I love the pigmentation, and I love it's so creamy on your lips and not drying. You know, my second favorite lipstick, and whenever I wear it, you always ask me what I'm wearing, but it's the Milani Matte Drama. This formula is so drying. It is, you know, I have to especially make sure that when I'm wearing Matte Drama that I have a very heavy duty lip balm over it. I do use, as far as a gloss over my lipsticks, I always use the Hard Candy plumping gloss in all kinds of different colors. So these 4 lipsticks really were my favorite for 2018. This is Bordeaux Beauty by e.l.f. And this one is Brilliant by Clarins. This one is Matte Drama by Milani, and this is Coffee Crave by CoverGirl. And you can kind of see these are all kind of either a wine color or a brownish, reddish type. So a very bold lip. But I guess if I am wearing one of these lipsticks in a video, you will always ask me what it is. So it's going to be one of these 4, or maybe a little bit of a combination of a couple of them if I forget what I'm wearing, which you know I probably do a lot. I have never done a Best in Beauty video where I've had a favorite mascara until today. So yeah, last year was awesome. I found my holy grail mascara, and it is called The Warrior. This is called The Warrior, and it's by Flower Beauty, and my hat is off to Drew Barrymore. Wow. The Flower Beauty line, I can't believe they're just doing so great. And hands down, this is the best mascara I have ever used, and I think a lot of it is in the wand. Of course, it's called Warrior. But I mean, this wand, I'll show you a close-up of the wand, but it curls them and it evenly displaces the mascara. It does not clump. This doesn't clump, so it gives you length, it gives you volume, it doesn't clump. This is wonderful. This is the best mascara I have ever used. Have I said that before? Okay. So lastly, I have to have a way to set my makeup so it will last me all day or all night or all day and night. Okay. Setting spray, to me, I was using the Urban Decay All-Nighter, but I drive across town to get this because there's only one CVS that carries this. This is by LA Girl, and this is their HD setting spray, and oh, this is so good. This setting spray feels so good on your skin, and if you've ever used a setting spray that has a lot of alcohol in it or a lot of harsh chemicals, it feels like you're breathing in something that's really not healthy. But this reminds me so much of Urban Decay All-Nighter, only I like how it sits on my face better. I guess I can spray my face, can't I? About tonight. I'm going out to meet some friends for a drink, but you know, I don't know what it was, but this week doing this drugstore makeup video, I don't know, I started to have so many flashbacks from my childhood. You know, my skin started breaking out when I was about 9 years old, and I remember all those feelings of how embarrassed I was. You know, my grandfather had just died, and I was already such a sensitive little girl, and I would go to school, and sometimes the kids would make fun of my skin, and you know, I would try to cover up the blemishes with my hand or steal my mama's makeup and try to cover up the red. And anyway, you know, I got into my 20s and my skin was glowing and clear, and I never looked back. But you know, when I got into my 60s, the last few years, some of those feelings have come back, you know, to be totally honest. I would kind of walk in and I would think, do I have the right concealer, or, how is this lighting, and are people going to see these wrinkles? And I had to kind of put my foot down and think, I am not going to live in the rear view mirror. I don't want to go through life as an insecure 12-year-old girl anymore. Those days are gone. If I have wrinkles, that's nothing to be embarrassed by or ashamed. I've lived a long, full life, and I'm proud of every wrinkle. So I don't know. I saw on a friend's Facebook page, it was a mime she posted, and it said, "You will never be as young as you are right at this second, so make the most of it." And I loved that. And I thought to myself, well, I'm done making excuses for some puffy eyes or some wrinkles. I want to make endless possibilities for this glorious opportunity that I have to live every day. Yeah. I think Desi is getting used to this say goodbye to the people segment. I truly do. He kind of spruces himself up and sits, all nice and sweet and everything. Are you looking at the camera? Nah. Are you looking at the camera? Thank you so much for spending your time with us today. I loved every second of it. So go out and have yourself a wonderful brand new week. And when you're done with your week, come back and see us, okay? Okay, it's a deal. I hate everything. I have no ideas. I hate everything. I have no ideas. Turns out I'm a genius.
Would you set your eyes on me? Wear your heart on your sleeve. Nothing in between.